In this video, you will learn 30 Chinese phrases that I often use in real life as a native Mandarin speaker. Since I'm originally from the northern part of China, I also included the northern accent for some phrases. Enjoy learning? Let's go. The first phrase that I use every day is the most effortless way to start a casual conversation both online and offline. What are you doing? The standard way is 你在干什么?你在干什么? And let me show you some alternatives you might hear in real life. 你在干嘛?你在干嘛?你在干啥?你在干啥?干什么呢?干什么呢?干啥呢?干啥呢?干嘛呢?干嘛呢? And the last one, 嘛呢?嘛呢? The second one is a common phrase used to confirm understanding in various contexts. 好，我知道了。好，我知道了。For example, 不要忘了带护照。好，我知道了。不要忘了带护照。不要忘了带护照。好，我知道了。好，我知道了。If you don't know about something, we can use the next common phrase, 我不知道。我不知道。For example, 你知道章鱼有3个心脏吗？我不知道。你知道章鱼有3个心脏吗？你知道章鱼有3个心脏吗？我不知道。我不知道。Although I wear a watch, I find myself always asking other people what time is it. If you do the same, use this phrase. 现在几点了？现在几点了？现在几点了？8点半。You know your Mandarin is improving when the next time you're eating something yummy and this phrase naturally comes out of your mouth. 真好吃。真好吃。And there's another way to say it. 真香。真香。If you're not a morning person and always feel sleepy after waking up, try this phrase that I use every day. 好困啊，真想多睡一会儿。好困啊，真想多睡一会儿。And in real life, you might hear 一会儿 instead of 一会儿 You feel sleepy, so now it's time to grab a cup of coffee. Here is the simplest yet polite way to place your order. 你好，一杯冰拿铁，谢谢。你好，一杯冰拿铁，谢谢。And if you want to know how much is it, just simply ask 多少钱？多少钱？ So the complete sentence will be 你好，一杯冰拿铁，谢谢。多少钱？When you're on the phone but your battery is running low, you can say 我等会儿再打给你，手机快没电了。我等会儿再打给你，手机快没电了。If you don't have the charger, you can simply ask others 你有充电器吗？借我一下。你有充电器吗？借我一下。Here is a slang phrase I always use. 我去。我去。It literally means I go, but depending on the context, it has many meanings. It's often said when something bad happens or when something surprises you. I will often pronounce it as 我去。我去。It's similar to damn it or what the fuck in English. For example, when you want to complain about something, you can say 我去，怎么可以这样？我去，怎么可以这样 or 这样。When you're amazed or surprised by something, you can also say 我去，这也太棒了吧。我去，这也太棒了吧 or 这也太棒了吧。Even when you're confused, you can still use it. 我去，它什么意思啊？我去，它什么意思啊？ The next phrase, 这样啊。这样啊 or 这样啊。It's used to say, oh, I see. I understood. I got it. 我周末要加班，不能和你一起去看电影了。啊，这样啊。没关系，下周再去吧。我周末要加班，不能和你一起去看电影了。我周末要加班，不能和你一起去看电影了。这样啊，没关系，下周再去吧。啊，这样啊，没关系，下周再去吧。Our next phrase is to say, okay, no problem. 好啊，没问题。好啊，没问题。Still remember the last example?我周末要加班，不能和你一起去看电影了。啊，这样啊。好啊，没问题，下周再去吧。Here we can use 好啊，没问题 instead of 没关系 to express the same thing. Here are some phrases related to the weather. 今天天气真好。今天天气真棒。 今天天气真好 or 真棒。今天天气真差，今天天气真糟糕。今天天气真差 or 真糟糕。And if you want to remind someone to put on more clothes, you can say 多穿点儿，多穿点儿。You can also put the reason before or after 多穿点儿 like this. 今天有点冷，多穿点儿 or 多穿点儿，今天有点冷。多穿点儿，今天有点冷。Another example. 天气预报说今天有雨，多穿点儿。or 多穿点儿，天气预报说今天有雨。多穿点儿，天气预报说今天有雨。The next ones are very useful if you have made plans to see your friend. 路上有点堵，路上有点堵。The best excuse for being late, right? Then if you want to say, I will probably arrive around a time.If you arrive earlier, just place your order. Don't have to wait for me. Try this. 我大概10点半能到，要是你先到了就先点吧，不用等我。我大概10点半能到，我大概10点半能到。要是你先到了就先点吧，要是你先到了就先点吧，不用等我，不用等我。But if you want your friend to wait for you, you can say, 你等我一下。你等我一下。To say I will arrive soon, we use 我马上就到，我马上就到 or 我马上到，我马上到。If you want to be nice and tell your friend, oh, take your time, no need to rush, we could say 不着急，你慢慢来，不着急，你慢慢来。And let me show you a conversation using all of them. 喂，你到哪儿了？我还在地铁上呢，今天路上有点堵。我大概10点半能到，要是你先到了就先点吧，不用等我。好吧。诶，不对呀，你坐地铁怎么会堵呢？嘿嘿，说谎被揭穿了。哦，没事儿，不着急，你慢慢来吧。你快到了吗？我都快吃完了。我马上就到，你吃完了先别走，等我一下哦。好吧。喂，你到哪儿了？喂，你到哪儿了？我还在地铁上呢，今天路上有点堵。我还在地铁上呢，今天路上有点堵。我大概10点半能到，要是你先到了就先点吧，不用等我。我大概10点半能到，要是你先到了就先点吧，不用等我。好吧。诶，不对呀，你坐地铁怎么会堵呢？好吧。诶，不对呀，你坐地铁怎么会堵呢？说谎被揭穿了。嘿嘿，说谎被揭穿了。哦，没事儿，不着急，你慢慢来吧。哦，没事儿，不着急，你慢慢来吧。你快到了吗？我都快吃完了。你快到了吗？我都快吃完了。我马上就到，你吃完了先别走，等我一下。我马上就到，你吃完了先别走，等我一下哦。好吧。好吧。The next phrase that I use very often to express uncertainty like maybe or perhaps is 没准儿。没准儿 is a colloquial phrase commonly used in northern China. For example, 你明天能来吗？没准儿。明天会下雨吗？没准儿，你看看天气预报吧。你明天能来吗？你明天能来吗？没准儿。没准儿。明天会下雨吗？明天会下雨吗？没准儿。你看看天气预报吧。没准儿。你看看天气预报吧。The next one is a fundamental phrase in Mandarin Chinese that I use every single day to ask why. 为什么？为什么？ It can be used in both formal and informal contexts. In northern China, 为啥 is commonly used in casual situations. Let me give you some examples. 人为什么要睡觉啊？我也不知道啊。为什么他今天没来上班？可能家里有事吧。人为什么要睡觉啊？人为什么要睡觉啊？我也不知道啊。我也不知道啊。为什么他今天没来上班？为什么他今天没来上班？可能家里有事吧。 可能家里有事吧。The next phrase is to say of course or certainly. 当然啦，当然啦。And here are some examples. 你会来参加我的婚礼吗？当然啦，日子定好了吗？我可以借一下你的手机吗？当然啦，给你。你会来参加我的婚礼吗？你会来参加我的婚礼吗？当然啦，日子定好了吗？当然啦，日子定好了吗？我可以借一下你的手机吗？我可以借一下你的手机吗？当然了，给你。当然了，给你。The next phrase is the one that I'm kind of tired of saying. 今天我要早点睡。今天我要早点睡。You will need it if you're a night owl like me struggling to sleep earlier. I always end up staying up too late, losing sleep again. So the next day when people ask me why I look so tired, my answer will always be, 昨晚我又失眠了。昨晚我又失眠了。The next one is used to ask, what do you think? 你觉得呢？你觉得呢？ It's super useful because you can use it not only to ask someone's opinion, but also to dodge questions that you don't want to answer. For example, 我们去吃拉面吧，你觉得呢？好啊，可以借我1万块钱吗？你觉得呢？我们去吃拉面吧，你觉得呢？我们去吃拉面吧，你觉得呢？好啊，好啊，可以借我1万块钱吗？可以借我1万块钱吗？你觉得呢？你觉得呢？The following phrases are used when you don't want to make decisions. 随便，都行，你定吧。随便，都行，你定吧。You can use them individually or all together. 我们今天晚上吃什么呀？随便，吃韩国烤肉还是火锅？都行。那吃火锅吧，去哪家呢？你定吧。这个周末我们去哪玩？我随便啊，都行，你定吧。我们今天晚上吃什么呀？我们今天晚上吃什么呀？随便，随便，吃韩国烤肉还是火锅？吃韩国烤肉还是火锅？都行，都行。那吃火锅吧，去哪家呢？那吃火锅吧，去哪家呢？你定吧，你定吧。这个周末我们去哪儿玩？这个周末我们去哪玩？我随便啊，都行，你定吧。我随便啊，都行，你定吧。Here are 3 simple phrases to say, that's really nice, that's great, that's amazing. 真好，真好，太好了，太好了，太棒了，太棒了。明天我放假，真好，那你可以好好休息了。我刚买了1辆新车，太好了，什么时候带我去兜风？你的论文我帮你写吧。真的假的？太棒了。明天我放假，明天我放假，真好，那你可以好好休息了。真好，那你可以好好休息了。我刚买了1辆新车，我刚买了1辆新车，太好了，什么时候带我去兜风？太好了，什么时候带我去兜风？你的论文我帮你写吧，你的论文我帮你写吧。真的假的？太棒了，真的假的？太棒了。The last one is used to say, never mind, forget it. 算了吧，算了吧。其实我喜欢你很久了。你说什么？算了吧，没什么。下雨了，你还想去看电影吗？算了吧，下次再去。其实我喜欢你很久了。其实我喜欢你很久了。你说什么？你说什么？算了吧，没什么。算了吧，没什么。下雨了，你还想去看电影吗？下雨了，你还想去看电影吗？算了吧，下次再去。算了吧，下次再去。That's all, you made it. Like always, keep learning and improving, and I'll see you in the next one.